Hey everybody, yes, it's me again. Me being Brandy. I attend a church in Richmond, Virginia. It's a very, I would say, not quite diverse church. However, my upbringing has been more diverse than my church attendance, and what I mean by more diverse, um, for some reason, I I don't know what the passion is behind it. I guess it's something that God put in me or an interest that God put in me. But I love things that are multicultural. I love things that are diverse, whether it's a music style, whether it's a clothing style. As you can see, a little different here. But I hate to see a lack of diversity in the church. And when I say lack of diversity, I don't just mean you have one Asian person here or one Latino person here on the board. No, as far as music is concerned, oh my gosh. Yes, I understand we have our preferences. Yes, we do. But after a while, at least for me, after a while, hearing the same type of music over and over and over again can get a little stale. And to me, it's almost as if we're putting God in a box. Or, I don't want to say putting him in a box, but limiting him in some sort of way. You're pretty much saying, okay, he only can speak to me in this way, in this manner, with this beat. I can only get excited about what God is doing in our church if I hear this beat. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's so interesting sometimes when you maybe venture to another ministry or go to a conference somewhere, and sometimes you start to see the church in a bigger picture, from a bigger framework or in a bigger frame of mind. I don't know, hopefully I'm making sense to somebody. But in those situations or in those places, you hear music in a different way and you see how God moves. And then it starts to open up your mind. You're like, maybe we don't have to do it the same way all the time. Like, take for gospel. Why is it, people, that we have to wait for Donnie McClurkin or Ty Tribbett to remix something before we sing it? Tell me, church, black folks, why? Why? All of a sudden people wanted to say, Draw Me Close is such a beautiful song. It is. But Donnie wasn't the first one to sing it. Now, granted, he did take Great Is Your Mercy to a whole nother level. Because although Don Moen and them sang it with integrity music, Donnie did take it to another level. But what I want to encourage you to do is to venture out. Go to that other side of the gospel music or the Christian music store. Go to that other side where the faces are not as brown. Venture to that station. Turn your knob to where you don't hear, ah! Yeah, I know we're not all listening to that either. Could be something a little different. But venture out. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something different. Listen to something different. Could be Mercy Me. And I can feel your presence here with me. Suddenly I'm lost within your beauty, caught up in the wonder of your touch. Here in this moment I surrender to your love. It's something different. It's so beautiful that God is using, not just God never tells a singer or a songwriter, to my knowledge, let me know, I want you to sing this song to the black church. I want you to sing this song to the white church. Usually he gives a song to a singer or a songwriter, to a musician, for the church. So if he's not a respecter of persons as far as giving music, giving ideas for worship, giving words and lyrics, and letting us know what he wants to hear. That's the question. What does he want to hear? So if it doesn't have, just as a word of advice, just to encourage you, if it doesn't have that don't knock it. If it's worshiping God, if it's giving honor to our Savior, if it's lifting up our Father, if it's acknowledging him as provider, healer, teacher, friend, redeemer, Savior, deliverer, provider, I think I've said that before, but that one's really big for me. Father, yes, Jesus. then consider it. Sometimes you can play around with it because you know the congregation that you're working with. Sometimes you do have to change things a little bit. But don't knock it just because it sounds a little different on the outside. The initial packaging. It's almost like the various versions of the Bible. Everyone has their one version that they want. You have King James Version, you have New International Version, you have New Living Translation, you have the Message. Different packaging on the outside, but at the core, it's saying the same thing. And it's pointing us all to the same God. So, try something a little different. Mercy me. Who else? Michael W. Smith. Todd Agnew. Newsboys. Jason Upton. Or, on the flip side, if you listen to those on the regular, try Ty Tribbett, Fred Hammond, Israel and New Breed. Try something different. Marcos Witt, Katinas, Salvador. Something different. Expand your vision of God and expand your vision of God to how He sees you. He doesn't put us into a box.